All right, so here we are with another very inspiring journey on the World Autism Awareness Day, which is 2nd of April. And this time it is someone who's not in the age group of 4 to 6 years, 8 to 10 years, or just a teenager. We have with us Pooja and her mom, Jyoti ji, who have come like a long way. I wanted to introduce a little bit, talk about Jyoti ji and Pooja. But, I was so excited when I got to know that Pooja is pursuing her bachelor's in wellness and fitness from the Symbiosis University. I kept a little control on myself because I want to hear it from this duo today. What got them here? How Pooja's interest and passion came here? How the gates started opening up, and all the ups and downs that they've been through, especially Jyoti ji, because if the mother doesn't put in that energy and doesn't come to terms and acceptance with the diagnosis, we can't do anything. So I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. And we have Prachi and Neha also with us here today. Prachi and Neha, um, uh, I think one of us is mic is causing a little disturbance. I don't know if we can all put our mics on mute and one of us who's talking can be with us. Okay. So Prachi and Neha, before we have Jyoti ji speak about her journey, anything that you know about them and you would want to introduce them to the parents here who are listening to who have come here to know about their journey, if you would want to give a little brief about them, because I recently connected with Jyoti ji and I really do not know much about her, and I did not want to go into that mechanical way of knowing her. मैं इस दिन का वेट कर रही थी कि हम कब सामने मिलेंगे and I'll hear her live. So Neha and Prachi, if any of you wants to go ahead before we hand it over to Jyoti ji and Pooja.
Yes, Kushbu. Actually, this is the most awaited moment for me. Uh, through you, actually, I would like to thank you a lot because it was possible to meet
My
Pooja because
pleasure.
of you. Actually, 6 months back when I met Pooja, then our chatting through WhatsApp started. Since from that day came to know and we start. Till now, there is not even a single day we have not missed the chatting. I think, I think in these 6 months, we have built a very special bond. I have built a very special bonding with Pooja, what to say about Pooja, we have not met physically and, you know, uh, but through chatting, we used to do chatting a lot, but this is the most awaited moment for me, and it was my dream since I met Pooja. Since from that day, I decided, by reading her story of her journey, I was thinking that, and it was my dream, finally it came true today. Uh, I wanted to bring her life on the screen, that
Yes,
it
Neha.
was possible. Today it is possible, and my dream is finally coming true. And Pooja and her mother Jyoti ji is with us today. So I don't want to, waste more time by sharing something. Today is daughter and
Their
mother's
day.
day. No,
Yeah. So
I
you
just
know what,
want to
Neha?
be back and want to listen. I'm very excited to know their journey from their from their own words. So I'm very excited today.
And
Uh,
I
the
just
truth,
wanted to mention one thing, Neha. It's not because of me that we have Pooja and Jyoti ji here. It's because of Navneet, who has connected us all like anything. He's been guiding us, connecting connecting so many parents on one platform, and it's because of Navneet and the series that we started with him. We got connected with this duo as well. So on this note, Jyoti ji and Pooja, Sigan Mantras welcomes you. Over to you. Let's hear it from you now.
Yes. Yeah.
Sure. Um, Thank you so much. It's indeed a pleasure being here, and I can't thank Dr. Khushbu, Neha, Navneet, and Prachi for this opportunity. Um, yes, both of us have come a long way, and let me try to kind of summarize and give you a gist of our journey. I've always been blessed with perfect health, and pregnancy and childbirth was also very perfect for me. Pooja was born a very healthy child, but when she was 11 months old, she had her first seizure, and I never knew what a seizure was at that point in time. Thereon started our nightmare. She used to have multiple seizures, hospitalization. We've been to various neurologists across the country. So the next 6 years of our lives, we were in and out of hospital ICUs. I was then based in Chennai, so it was Child Trust and Apollo that we were visiting every other day. Sometimes Pooja would get about 20 to 25 attacks or seizures a day, and we would rush her to the hospitals. There were times when she would end up in ventilators. I was actually a familiar sight sitting on the benches outside the ICUs with my laptop, with my office files, trying to manage work and also taking care of Pooja at the same time. Her developmental milestones were all delayed. She actually didn't speak for a whole year, and she found it very difficult to walk. So like how you have normal children who actually crawl, she never crawled. She'd rather drag herself on her buttocks. So a lot of these that, we had no idea why or how to kind of work through, but then we'd put her on trampolines, trying to get her feet to be stronger. We tried to take her for speech therapies. She couldn't write, so I would somebody used to tell me that the square crayons would help make the fingers stronger and her writing ability better. So you name it, we try everything possible for her. Special schools didn't really want her because she didn't fit in, and neither did she actually fit into regular schools. And by the time she was about 8, the seizures gradually subsided. If you ask me what was the reason, I still don't know, because the neurologist didn't give me an answer. But then by then, I had tried everything from holistic healing to homeopathy to flower medication, Reiki, pranic healing, whatever I could. But then by the time she was 9, her father and I also decided to part ways. So my parents were a solid support. They took charge and they started bringing her up. She was different. Her behavior was different. She was quite unpredictable. A lot of struggle, and Pooja finished her 10th standard. And that's when I decided to take her on a holiday. It was like, you've done well, let's take a break. So my parents, Pooja and I traveled. We decided to take her to Hong Kong, China. At Beijing airport, especially when you have to stand through the long queues in immigration, Pooja just couldn't move. She froze. And you have this multitude of people standing in the immigration queue, and Pooja just wouldn't budge. She couldn't face the camera. She couldn't take any instructions. That's when our passports actually got confiscated. She wouldn't let them frisk her either. So you can't blame them. The airport officials thought that there was something more to it. Either we were carrying something or, they felt it was something was amiss. That's when the passports got confiscated. They held us for an hour or so. Finally, I had to convince them with all the medical documents, etc. That's when I decided that after the holiday, when I come back, I have to understand more on what was happening to her. So initially, the doctors were all looking at her neurological issues and seizures, etc. But then she was diagnosed to be on the spectrum. I was rather told that she had Asperger's syndrome when she turned 16. And it was quite late, as you all are aware, for interventions. So we went through a lot of depression, anger, anxiety, grief. And I, as a mother, I went through a lot of guilt because I wasn't sure whether I should have done something more for an early intervention, whether it was my fault that I hadn't taken more help to figure out what was wrong with her. But then again, as a teenager, she didn't have social skills. She was hypersensitive to sound. If I, at that point in time, if I took her to a mall, she'd literally hold her ears, twist my arm because she just couldn't take the slightest of noises. Conversations around her, she would tell me later, were amplified actually, and she couldn't just take it. Social skills were lacking, a lot of challenges that we had. And then hygiene, a child at 16, she had no qualms. She didn't, she had no qualms about what she looked like. She had absolutely no idea what she wanted to do in life. That was the state that we were in. It was extremely difficult for me since I was a single working mother. Pooja, on the other hand, also had terrible mood swings, so much so that it also bordered on violence. Um, Frankly speaking, I was trying to figure out what she would be interested in. As a child, she'd done a lot of paintings and paintings with the brightest of colors. Probably she was trying to tell me something, the brightest of oranges or the brightest of pinks, brightest of blacks. So, at that point in time, I thought she'll probably be interested in painting. And as you hear, people with autism have that particular talent in them or have a particular skill that can be honed. So as a mother, I was searching. Um, and then, like I said, fitness was far from her. So just to encourage her, I started going to the gym. I started getting into yoga, just hoping that she'd look at me and figure out what she wants to do. I actually learned painting, and this was late in life. I was somebody who could just not draw to save my life. I started learning painting. So gradually Pooja would watch me. She would come to the gym, shy, sit in a corner, not look up, but also, from the corner of her eye, try to look at what her mother is doing there. So I think something worked there, something clicked. And frankly, I don't know. I've taken her to something called G therapy. There's a sound therapy that she's been through, Ayurveda, whatever. I started believing in miracles because having Pooja in my life actually changed me. Pooja taught me patience. Pooja taught me humility. And Pooja coming into my life taught me the fragility of life. She showed me that miracles are possible. I was not a real spiritual person. If I had to go to the temple and fold my hands and pray, I'd do that. But after puja, I started having conversations with God. It took me into different roads. It actually transformed me, different wavelengths, different frequencies. And transformation was that God was no longer that framed picture that you see on the wall or the idol in the temple. God then was about peace, about good health, about blessings, and a healthy puja. God was in the form of many friends who reached out to help. God was in the form of colleagues who actually supported me. God was in the form of family who stood by me. And the miracles were in the form of those beings who actually showed me, or rather pointed me in different directions. Like I mentioned, be it holistic healing, be it Reiki, be it pranic healing, Ayurveda, the sound therapy, all of those aspects. Being a mother and motherhood are two totally different things. So when I gave birth to Pooja, I was actually a mother, just a working mother, which I am right now too. But then at that point in time, I had a lot of friends, family who take care of her. So for me, work was important. But today, after having moved through this long journey, I have a beautiful relationship with Pooja. Motherhood for me now is about caring, about being involved, being concerned about the child, and not just an outsourced job anymore. And today I know that difference and I'm absorbed in that difference. I have a very deep connect that has actually grown over the years with Pooja. I continued working because, see, being a single mother and the kind of medical expenses, the kind of care she required, I continued working. So when my husband and I parted ways, while my parents brought her up, my father was my biggest supporter, and I'm the only daughter of my parents, and Pooja happens to be the only daughter for me. So for them, what was important was that I continue to stand on my own feet. And my background is that I was a graduate in mathematics, and then I became an engineer in electronics. But the field of HR is what, the calling was from human resources. So I continued, building my career. But at the same time, what I continued to do is also reach out for my child with whatever I could do. And being a mother to a special child is challenging, as most of you know. It breaks you. It actually breaks you before it even makes you. It asks you a whole lot of questions which sometimes you have no answers to. And I've asked myself a million times, why me? And Pooja had different mediums of communication. Like I mentioned, her paintings, her vivid colors, times when the silence was so disturbing. But then she was called disabled, but I kept wondering, was she really a disabled child or a child of higher intelligence? And today, when I see her transformation, I'm actually stunned as a mother, as an individual, as a spectator watching what was actually unfolding. I saw in her a soul that was trapped in a body, not knowing what to do, not knowing how to express herself, and not knowing what tomorrow actually holds. And where did this fitness expert come in? Dr. Khushbu, you did mention that she's doing her wellness and beauty from Symbiosis. Frankly, after her 12th, and it was a huge struggle because most schools, while they say they're inclusive, if the child just goes in and sits in front of the principal and looks down, it means the child can't give an interview. So many schools rejected her. It was a struggle to finish her 12th. Then I brought her over to Pune. That's where I'm based, and my parents are in Kerala. Again, I'd got her college admissions, but peers are insensitive. They don't understand. What the society lacks is an understanding that we're all wired differently. Even in this group, Neha, you're wired differently. Dr. Khushbu, you're different. I'm different. Prachi, you're different. But when it comes to children like these, they just pushed into a corner. So she actually dropped out of her previous college, took that 2-year break. That's when she would follow me to the gym. That's when she'd watch me doing yoga. And that's when she slowly started coming the way of wellness. I never thought that's what she'd choose. But this girl lost 24 kilos. And just by sheer will, just by sheer work that she'd do on herself, she's got amazing will and amazing self-control. She eats healthy. She's always studying about nutrition. She's into yoga. She does her strength training. And I'm in HR. Actually, I work as a country head of human resources for one of the multinational banks. And being in HR, I've heard a lot of cliche jargons like change is constant. But what I think is that transformation is inevitable. There's a time that comes when the flower becomes a fruit, and then the fruit becomes a seed, and the seed becomes a tree. So you wonder, where does it start and where does it end? So is that a cycle? And Pooja, I believe, is not just my daughter, but my teacher. And she's come here to teach me something deeper. Like I mentioned, patience, humility. And as I've been working through, I also took up diversity and inclusion because she's taught me that we are all wired differently, right? But when somebody looks at me, I look perfect. But I have my fears, I have my sensitivities. So I'm also disabled in a particular fashion or form, right? So that's been our journey. More than happy to take your questions or delve into any areas that you'd like to know more.
So thank you so much, Jyoti ji, for sharing this such a long journey and with all the struggles and happy phases, ups and downs, in such a crisp way. I mean, I am still like I don't know where and what and how you managed to do things. I had a question after every sentence that you spoke. But I just picked up that one line from you. Motherhood is not a job that you need to outsource. You can never leave that. And probably that is one thing which is my takeaway from this entire piece of talking that you just did with us. And like you mentioned, Pooja had a real tough time up to 8 years of age till she had those seizures and all. And then how she reached to grade 10 and all. So, most of the parents here who are listening to you, Jyoti ji, they have kids who are still in that young age group. The age band is still the younger one. So if you could share something from that phase of the life, what exactly are the things that helped you? Was it working on you yourself as a mother, getting yourself sorted, or more of the therapies, intervention, and what all? Because as you mentioned, it was at the age of 16 years when you actually got the diagnosis in hand. So, what were the things you were doing before that to get a little sorted and balanced with all the things that
Sure.
were coming in your kitty? Yeah.
Sure. Dr. Khushbu, I believe it's a combination of both. I had to sort myself. I had to keep my stability intact to be able to help her or reach out to her. Like I said, I was always a working mother. It was required, a single working mother. But while I had to focus on my career, I also had to focus on her. So keeping my own mental balance and my belief that there are miracles and that I would turn around the situation for her is what took me so far. I've always been a positive person. Whatever happens in life, I may cry my soul out, my heart out, but it was about turning around and saying, now this is the way ahead. This is what I need to focus on. Like I mentioned, guilt was a big factor because, sometimes I would sit and blame myself, and most mothers do that, right? You sometimes blame yourself. You keep asking over and over again, why me? Why my child? So I had to get over that. That was a phase also that I lived through. So getting over my guilt, staying positive, building on my own traits, my own strength was important while I connected with her. And of course, all the additional external factors, like I mentioned, God came in the form of friends and family and everybody else who reached out to support. And they're all there to support and to help you. You just got to look. So the early interventions, like I mentioned, she couldn't write. So she had a scribe till her 10. But someone told me you get these square crayons, and in those days it was available only in Hyderabad. So reach out, get those square crayons. She couldn't walk, her legs would give way. So getting the trampoline, getting her to exercise on them, small things. But finally, like I said, I don't know what worked. When she'd go to a mall, she used to wear the earmuffs. So I used to source those earmuffs, and have them in because I wanted her to come out and interact. Again, the earmuffs didn't really work, but over a period of time, I figured out that sound therapy could help. So that's where we started on that. So several of these interventions. So keeping yourself strong, being clear of the fact that it's your child and you'll do whatever you need to do. Stay positive, no guilt, and be able to connect and give that same belief to your child that you are a winner. There are miracles around, and you can turn your life around. Is actually what helped us.
Thank you so much, Jyoti ji, for sharing that. It was like, coming directly from your heart. I can feel that. And I'm sure Prachi and Neha would also agree to that. And Jyoti ji, I'm sure Prachi and Neha will also have loads of questions to ask you. We have some questions from Navneet as well. So, Pooja, we have some questions for you and some for your mama. Navneet has written them down. As we all know, that's the way Navneet communicates, and he communicates and expresses what not. There are certain things which we can't even think of, and it comes out in his writings. So he has sent us his questions. He's written it and given it to Neha, and I've put them up on the slide. So I will share that after Neha and Prachi have asked their share of questions. But there's one more thing, Jyoti ji, which clicked to me right now. Do share about your. I read it on your website, The Spectrum. So, what is The Spectrum all about? I wanted to hear it from you. So,
Sure, Dr. Khushbu. So I've always been writing. My first few books were more about management because I'm in HR, and I don't believe in preaching because I'm actually an engineer who moved into this field. So it's all my books always have a conversational style, so that it's a crux of experience that comes out in a conversational style. Then I forayed into a little bit of fiction. So I've done about 6 books. The 7th one that I've been working on for a couple of years is called The Spectrum. And here, actually, the main character in the book is Pooja. I see, the world through Pooja's eyes. It's a book for young adults, and looking at what's happening around the world, how our environment is impacted. You seeing landslides, the environment is changing. It's actually a call, to save our planet. Um, you have the United Nations sustainability goals, right? You're talking about climate change, you're talking about scarcity of water, deforestation, all of these elements, and what are we leaving behind for generations to come. So the book is again in a fictional format. Like I mentioned, it's a character called Pooja again, and Pooja's age, who through a fictional format is bringing out the fact that we need to be careful. It's a call for action. We have to save our planet because what we're leaving behind for future generations is indeed alarming. And as we speak, this is the pandemic that's hit us. Even more imperative that we start taking stock of the planet and what we're doing to our planet. So Spectrum is all about that, in terms of the book and the writing.
Wow, Jyoti ji, you are so multi-talented. I mean, from mother to the HR to the author and whatnot. When is the book coming out, by the way?
It's on the last stages of finishing, and
Okay.
I've got an illustrator who's doing my illustrations for the book. I'm actually painting the cover of the book, so
Okay.
hopefully in a couple of months it should be coming out.
Wow, wow. Waiting for it eagerly. Looking forward.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Neha, Prachi, any questions before we have Pooja speak to us? Neha, you are on mute.
I will read out only Navneet's questions today. I
Okay,
think
all
there are so
right.
many questions.
So, okay, Neha. So we'll come to Prachi first, then I'll share that slide. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, Prachi.
Hi, hi, ma'am. Yeah. One question that I was thinking is because she's going to a BSc. So, what kind of social challenges that you faced? Because, as you said, because now I think the awareness is there, but still the acceptance levels or the acceptability by her peers. I mean, how she is able to do it, and what has been your experience?
Sure. So Prachi, we've been constantly working on her social skills, little by little. I have a whole bunch of friends, especially women, around my age group, and Pooja has taken to them as friends, and they all know. I mean, they all know her situation. So one by one, they've been reaching out. Sometimes they take her shopping. Sometimes they tell her we'll do a makeover. So gradually, she's actually out of that state where she has a problem even making eye contact. If you see, she's able to sit comfortably and have the video conference with you. So we a lot of efforts went into having friends and family who she's comfortable with and getting her to start those interactions before she actually started her interactions with strangers. Even her college interview last year, when we realized that Symbiosis has the wellness pillar that she could look at and which she's very passionate about, she actually breezed through the interview with a set of strangers, with the vice principal and all the teachers. And while I had told them that she's autistic, they actually turned around and said, I'm sorry, your daughter is so well groomed. She went through the interview so well. We can't figure out if she's autistic. Do you really want us to tell other children? I said, it makes sense, because if there is a behavioral aspect that her classmates are not able to comprehend, it's better to be open and tell them that yes, she's autistic, she has certain challenges which she's kind of working through. So today her classes are online. Of course, in the pandemic, nobody's going to the college, but she's very comfortable taking her video calls, breezing through her classes. She even, I see her in the evening interacting with some of her girl gang. So I think she's come a long way in terms of the eye contact and the social challenges and all of those, and we've actually worked through most of them.
Yeah, these actually soft skills are very, very important in the overall grooming of the child. So I mean, as a HR, you're already aware, but yeah, it's I mean, our kids, once they grow up, they're out of their teens, these soft skills are the most important, I think. So it's great that you
Absolutely.
worked beautifully on that part. Yeah.
Thank you.
Pooja, can we also be a part of your girls' gang?
Yeah, sure.
So the
Great.
best thing is the way she interacts with Neha. It feels that she's Neha's friend, and then I got introduced later. So I think
You
she
know-
makes that connect.
I think this
Sorry.
this may be the first time, through Pooja I came to know, I got introduced to you, for Jyoti. I got connected first with Pooja and then with uh, Jyoti ji. So first, many parents have the misconception that our kids lack socialization and they don't have emotions. In the emotions part, they are most of the kids lack. So these
Yeah.
kids are proving it wrong. The day when I met Pooja, since from that day until now, there is not even a single day we have not in the contact. And first day, what she asked me was the question, like भाई का क्या problem है? भाई क्यों बोल नहीं सकता? Means he was asking about Navneet. She was so much concerned about Navneet, and she told me that even I was a late talker. एक साल के बाद मुझे even my speech was delayed, and I my nani also did some puja and all, in the temple and all. So I want to do some puja, in the temple. I will tell my nani to do some puja for Navneet. She told, just tears rolled at that by reading her message. Means so they are not many parents have that that misconception that they cannot share the emotion. They have that emotions. If we explore them, if we connect with them as if our treatment, how we treat our kids, will make them to come out freely and share their emotions. I think that message of her really touched me. When whenever I see the message or think about Pooja, that her message, what she wrote, that comes in my mind. She's so concerned about Navneet, and she is so much concerned about my fitness also. She messaged me that आंटी आपने ये एक्सरसाइज फॉलो किया कि फिटनेस के बारे में आप फोकस ध्यान दे रहे हैं क्या नहीं मीन्स एज इफ जस्ट लाइक मेरे कुछ पहले से ही मेरा ऐसा ड्रीम था कि मुझे एक बेटी चाहिए थी पता है व्हेन आई गॉट कनेक्टेड विद पूजा ऐसा लगता था कि एज इफ माय एल्डर डॉटर इज sharing her emotions and sharing her all the feelings and thoughts with me. मुझे as if I don't know what the special bonding I'm sharing with Pooja. I feel as if she is my elder daughter, friend, special friend, and I feel like elder daughter.
That's so sweet, Neha, so sweet. One thing I would like to share with all the parents, out of all the kids here, I mean the four kids, Jyotiji's daughter, Prachi's son, Neha's son, my son, Pooja is the eldest, and my son is the youngest. And one common thing that I'm seeing here is our kids are most comfortable with the people who understand them, who comfort them. It's not about the age group, and we've been struggling like anything to make our kids gel in their peer group. But before we put them or force them into that group, I think we really need to understand somebody who can understand our child needs to develop that definition of friendship, friendliness and all in our kids brains and mind. So I have seen Vian, we have given him a separate phone, not a single child who he is connected with through his phone. He has all the numbers saved and he would video call to the people who are either my friends or my husband's friends. And he would invite them home. Forget about Corona, we will take precautions, you come home. I will give you a separate mask and you sit and play with me. That's what he's been doing. So, this entire lockdown phase, he's been calling my friends and Vivek's friends home. And that's what, like you mentioned, Jyoti ji, your friends, people of your age group, your circle, how they made Pooja comfortable and you worked on the social skills. So I don't know how is it with Rudra and Navneet, Neha, but this is one common thing I noticed in Vian and Pooja.
Uh, uh,
Neha, there's a lot of disturbance. Maybe you can mute and unmute once again. Okay, so whoever is sharing, huh? Yeah.
Is it clear? So now recently even Navneet started chatting with Pooja now, recently. Even I sit with Navneet, hi Pooja Didi and all. He started chatting with Pooja Didi, Pooja Didi. Uh, they share and they are talking as if they are coming together to spread awareness, means till now we have seen many parents sharing their journey, but now our kids are coming forward to share their journey. So this is the first step, for the yeah, what
Yeah, right, Neha. Prachi, how is it with Rudra? And Prachi, before you start, I'm so sorry. Jyoti ji and Pooja, we can't see you both. You both have, gone off screen. So I believe आज आप दोनों को हाफ करके बैठना पड़ेगा एक दूसरे को.
Can you see us now?
I can see you. Pooja is still off the frame.
Yeah, actually, both of you in one frame. Yeah.
Ha, yeah.
With Rudra, actually, it's more of the comfort level, I will say. I mean, he's more comfortable with his cousins, like my sister's children. So whenever they are coming, like even if it's 11:30 at night, we went to the railway station and he was so excited to receive them. Or whenever we are like in a family function, he knows who are who and who is going to take care of him. Even in our family friends, he knows which my friend is carrying at heart. I mean, that's what I was telling Neha the other day. Ki even without me telling him कि ये कौन है, he knows the person who is really caring at heart, because that person has those positive vibes and they can sense it. They have that sixth sense कि ये बंदा अच्छा है और ये बंदा कुछ ठीक नहीं है. So even if you can't lure them with this thing, they know how everybody is at heart, and they will go to only person who is really genuine, really caring and loving at heart. So I always feel कि हमारे बच्चों को ये sixth sense है, और वो भले दिखाते नहीं हैं, बट वो लोग वो मतलब एक्सप्रेस नहीं करते हैं, हमें ऐसे लगता है. बट रुद्र इज सो केयरिंग, बिकॉज एक बार मैंने ऐसे उसको बोल दिया कि दादी तुमको डांटती है ना, तो ऐसे मतलब मजाक में मैंने कहा, तो रुद्र ने क्या बोला पता है? नहीं, वो मुझे प्यार करती है. सी
So sweet.
मुझे लगा वो बोलेगा हाँ मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता, बट ही सेड नहीं वो मुझे प्यार करती है. सो दैट वाज सो स्वीट. मुझे लगा हमारे बच्चे इतने इनोसेंट हैं, इतने केयरिंग हैं. सिर्फ एक्सप्रेशन जो है वो थोड़ा लेट आता है, डेफिनेटली आता है, बट थोड़ा सा उसका एक जो वे है वो डिफरेंट है. बट दे डेफिनेटली, बिकॉज ही विल ऑलवेज लुक फॉरवर्ड टू माई फ्रेंड्स, या जो उसके जो कजिन्स हैं या जो भी आने वाला है. So even if he doesn't share toys, but he always looks forward to the people he knows. So it's a wonderful
Yeah.
feeling actually.
I totally agree with you, Prachi. In fact, today afternoon only some little similar thing happened. My husband was playing a game on his PS4, and Vian was going and disturbing him again and again. तो थोड़ा सा विवेक ने चिल्ला दिया कि you never let me play. Now you go sit in your room, sit with your mama or whatsoever. So he comes and gives me that little complaining way में कि Papa is shouting at me. So I said, don't worry, I'll go and shout at him. And he's like, no, you can't do that. He's such a sweet father. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, you're so right. They're so sensitive. Like I mentioned, sometimes you think they don't have abilities, but they have more abilities than the rest of us.
True. So
Actually, my husband would use it just to what do you say, just to make him like hit me or something. He'll say, देखो रुद्र मम्मा मुझे मार रही है, and even if I'm not hitting, I'm just कुछ मस्ती कर रहे होंगे तो भी he will always make रुद्र की देखो ये मुझे मार रही है. रुद्र is like मम्मा keep quiet, पापा को मारना नहीं है.
yeah, I have seen other moms also sharing. Manju, she's a play therapist also. Her daughter is also around my son's age, Lavanya. Even she keeps sharing a lot about her daughter. Ki me and my husband were just having a simple argument, and then Lavanya comes into the picture and she scolds both of us. You better behave yourself, both of you. That's not the way to stay in the house and all. So they are really sensitive. Yeah. So
they are keen observers, They are a keen observers. They read the mind.
yeah.
Yes. We have to be more alert.
Yeah. Okay, so we have some questions from Navneet, which I will share. We have written it down on one of the slides. So
मुझे
the
अभी
first set
ये
of questions, दिख रहा है नेहा आपको?
yes again
हाँ.
the Q&A webinar का याद आ गया मुझे अभी.
Yeah, so just take it ahead. Q&A
So
आपका.
uh, these are the questions, for Jyoti ji. First, I'm going to read out. So the first question for you, Jyoti ji, from Navneet is, today you're feeling proud about Pooja Didi, but how was your mental state when Pooja Didi was diagnosed with autism?
So in one word, I think I was struck by terror. I had absolutely no idea about what autism or the Asperger's syndrome was all about. I just felt at that point that, my world had again fallen apart. And that was the first instant reaction actually when she was diagnosed with autism.
So
Do you
the
want
next.
me to go to the next question?
Oh, yes. I'm coming with the next question. What is that one thing which you have learned from Pooja Didi?
I think it's patience, and then, like I mentioned before, I learned humility and patience from her.
He has asked the 5 questions actually. The third one is, you're a working woman. How you make time for Pooja Didi?
Yeah, sure. So I'm like I said, it's important to balance. Yes, I'm a working woman. Work is hectic, but I always find my time for puja. So once I am back home, I kind of shut off my work life, and then it's all about puja. And it's also about being there for her whenever she needs, be it an occasion in school or something in college. It's always about being there for her as and when she needs me, and also giving her a listening ear. So Pooja is somebody who has to tell me everything from the drop of a pin to the biggest webinar that's happening in her college. She has to recount the day's activities. So I make sure that I keep that time aside to listen to her, to react to her, and to kind of give her that time that she needs from me.
Yes. Those whoever the working parents are watching this webinar, there is so much to take away from this, from this Poojaji's journey and Pooja and Jyotiji's journey. So the next question is, every mother wants to make her children feel comfortable. What is Pooja Didi's
Comfort zone. You want to answer? You answer. So I guess, is that for Pooja or for me?
No, it's for you, Jyoti ji.
Okay. So like I mentioned, I think we started slow, but I realized that Pooja needed friends and family where she would be comfortable, where people wouldn't look at her strangely, where people wouldn't point out to her that, she is different. So the group of friends and family that I mentioned, that's that whole support mechanism that I had. They slowly pulled her out of her social challenges, about her issues that she had. And I think that is the comfort zone from which she came in order to be where she is today. With all that support mechanism that we had today, she's able to face the rest of the world.
So this is the last question. What is that one thing as a mother you want to share your emotions with Pooja Didi? What is that one thing as a mother?
So I aim high for Pooja, and I think that's what I always share with Pooja. I give her a freedom. I've told her you can become whatever you want in life, but you need to excel. And I think, like I mentioned, I would paint to show her that painting is one art you can pick up. I would, learn music, show her that music is something else you can pick up. Gymming, yoga, everything. I would set the example and tell her that feel free to walk my way if that's what you want to do. I'd never force her to say that, studies or this is the way you should go or this is the path you should choose. So it was those emotions that I'd always show her, saying that you have a free will. You should decide what you want to do in life. You should decide what you want to pursue. And those were the emotions that I've always kind of shown her.
Thank you so much, Jyoti ji, for your answers. Khushbu,
Hanji.
now
Yeah,
it's Pooja's turn from
yeah.
his brother.
And
Yes,
like
you
Jyoti
have
ji
to.
said, no, she has been setting examples and she herself is trying to do all that which Pooja might see and start liking it and fall for it. I am also kind of moving on the same path for Vian. After his diagnosis, I learned yoga, I learned sound healing, I got into special education, and I keep showing him different things. I started calling the music coach home to learn guitar and the instrument for which I never had even the bleakest interest. But probably, yeah, as you said, that's the right way. And now you're a live example for me for that. So this gives even more authentication to that thing. So thank you so much for sharing that to Jyotiji. Now we'll
Thank
move
you.
to moving to the questions which Navneet has for Pooja. Pooja, now you don't have a choice. Okay, Mama is not gonna answer these. you have
Okay.
to you
For your
have to
brother.
answer now. Yes. One second. I totally lost it. Yeah. Yes, Pooja.
Hi Pooja. Pooja, and the first question for Navneet is, Pooja Didi, I got to know that you were having seizures when you were small. So the medications you were taking, does it make memory loss like feeling for you? I'm just making it clear. Those who have experienced it, they only can describe it clear. Question arises in my mind. Root to know about seizures.
So, Navneet, I don't remember much about my earlier days. I only remember Amma saying that my early days were traumatic. Now, my sole aim is to become a fitness coach to young adults and elderly and children.
So Pooja,
I,
I want to know. 1 minute, Pooja. I want to know when you were taking the medications for your seizures, how it used to work on you, whether how the medicines used to act on you. That is the what he
I used
wants
to
to know.
fight a lot.
Hmm. Hmm.
I was sleepy,
Ah, ah.
a fight a cock.
So even Navneet, till now, Navneet doesn't know that when he was 8 years old, he got the seizures, But I never shared this with anyone else in the parents group, nor with the pair, with Navneet himself, when Navneet was 8 years old, he was having seizure for the first time in his fever, high fever. But unfortunately, at that time, I was in my parents' place at Bangalore, and my sister's marriage was fixed. I went with my sister for shopping at that time when he got the seizure. Even my husband, Navneet's papa was not in front of Navneet at that time when he got the seizure, and even I have not seen it. How it looked like and how my son was facing that pain when whenever the I have never shared this the incident with till now with Navneet, you know. I think after when he asked this question, it made me, afterwards I'm definitely going to ask him about do he remind about his first seizure, and this question really made me shocked. It was like a shocking surprise for me, you know, when he asked this question for you, you know. So I can the incident, you know, when he got that first seizure, unfortunately I was not in front of him. You know whenever I go in flashback, till now I feel some way like a breakdown. You know, I will feel so down when I remember this incident of his first seizure. You know, and when I was in Bangalore, and his there took him for the pediatrician, and he gave the medicine, and for 1 month he was totally in drowsy mood. You know. He was never used to walk properly. Whole day he used to sleep. You know, and he was not even able to eat properly. His hands used to shake, you know, at that time. He for totally I was totally break down at that moment when he was 8 years old. uh, I think after that he was in medication for 2 years for that. Now he is not having any uh, problem, seizures problem. But I think once or twice he got the seizures. Uh, but I can after reading your story, the way how Jyoti ji shared this his your puja, your story, I really felt, you know, but I can't even imagine, when Navneet got that, when Navneet faced that moment, you know, I was not even in front of him, you know, to look how he was facing that. But, when I read your story, I was really, got so much, I totally break down how you have faced this, you know. I was totally, you are a real warrior, actually. Nothing.
Thank you.
I don't have any words. You're a real warrior. So this, uh, I can understand how the medications, seizures, and epileptic medicines work on the kids. You know, I think some way he may be feeling this actually, the loss of memory and all what he is explaining. He is asking you this question. It made me to ask him this. You know, and after this, you know, after 2 3 days, I'm definitely going to ask and share this matter with him. I want to know whether he knows this. I have never shared this incident with him, but I'm definitely going to ask him about whether he knows about this or not. So now I want to know, now you're on medications.
Yes,
Pooja?
auntie. Auntie, so Amma has told me about seizures. I don't remember much. It used to be drowsy. I used to be most drowsy most of the time. I see my old pictures where I look sad and unhappy and sick. I've been taken to mm, hospitals. I've been on medications. Now the medications have been tapered down by the neurologist, and they'll be stopped by April this year. Parental
Okay.
support is the key in.
Yes, yes. Yes. I totally agree with you, Pooja. Parent support is very important for
It's
the
the
kids.
key
You
in the transformation of an autistic person.
know?
And my transformation is because of my mother's belief and sustained approach that there'll be a better tomorrow. I'm working towards my goal, and there's somebody in this world who believes in me.
Yes, yes. So let's move to the next question. Next question for you is, goals are very important in life. So I want to know, what is your goal in your life?
So, Auntie, my main aim is to become a wellness coach for elderly, children, and young adults.
Yes.
I want to help other autistic people like me and Navneet, not just with not just with physical fitness, but also mental fitness. Earlier, I just wanted to help with physical fitness, but then Navneet inspired me to add mental fitness to my goal. And without one, the other can't be achieved.
Yes.
And I would like to collab with him one day.
Yeah, sure, Pooja. We all are met for the reason, and we are going to, we are doing the great works indeed. So let's move to the next question. Today you made more progress in fitness and nutrition. So he is very foodie. So he is asking about the question related to food. You know, today you made more progress in fitness and nutrition. What is your favorite healthy food?
ऐसा कुछ नहीं आंटी, whatever is homemade and healthy I like.
Okay, some favorite in that.
Pooja, he's asking so that when you visit him, he wants to treat you. He will cook something for you.
Yes.
I like nuts, seeds. I have in between snacks. I have 3. So my meals are like 3 meals. Have a healthy snack in between. Timing and all देखकर. बेड टाइम एंड फूड सबका गैप देखकर खाना.
सुन लो नवनीत, full nutritionist वाले language में she is giving her answer.
Yes.
Awesome.
So the last question, so the last question is, being on autism spectrum, I feel so different and blessed. What is your thoughts about being different?
Well, Navneet, all of us are different from each other. All of us are wired differently. Like Neha auntie, Prachi auntie, Khushbu auntie, my amma, me, you, all of us are different. And
Yes.
the society at large needs to be inclusive.
True that, Pooja. True that. We are definitely,
Very,
we all are different.
yeah.
Actually, Pooja, we need people like you to make people believe that the society by large, as you said, has to be inclusive, and neurodiversity is the key for going forward. It's not only the geodiversity or the gender based or language based. Neurodiversity is something that has to be acceptable in the long way, and I think you and Navneet are going to be the role models for the future, that people will know. Like Navneet is going to be the Sadguru with all his spiritual and all this thing. And as you said, a wellness coach, both physical and mental, is what is our kids need actually. So I'm sure that you both of you can collab with each other, and our kids are going to have a blessed time. I mean, there's no second thoughts on this. So both on mental and physical level, they'll be fit.
Our
Yes.
kids
When I
will
saw
have the best mentors. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
physically, our kids are healing us physically and mentally, और क्या चाहिए? We are so blessed, हीरा हीरा मोती सब है हमारे actually.
जब
They are
मैंने
like
नवनीत
diamonds.
का स्पिरिचुअलिटी के बारे में वेबिनार देखा, मुझे लगता है ये तो मिनी सदगुरु है.
मिनी ने हमें तो अब वो मैक्रो लगने लगा है पूजा. After in continuation with the series, one after the other, as he's been sharing his answers with us and we read it out and do those recordings, ऐसा लगता है वो पहले मिनी था, अब धीरे धीरे मैक्रो को जा रहा है.
अभी मैं और छोटी छोटी हो रही हूँ अभी.
Yes, I was about to say कि हम
So
और
immature.
छोटे लग रहे हैं यार. Seriously, I mean these kids at
I'm getting
such
so
young
immature, you know. He's so matured. मैं नहीं होना चाहती हूँ माँ. उतना mature नहीं होना चाहती हूँ मैं. I want to be like a child.
And I still remember, Pooja, the day you messaged me and how we connected. I was probably driving at that time or I was traveling. मुझे exactly याद नहीं है. And from that day onwards, when Neha connected with you, we've been waiting for this day when Pooja will agree to share about her journey, when Pooja will agree to, come up on a video.
I'm so happy to
talk
do
about
this
it.
webinar and meet you guys.
Same here, Pooja. Totally our pleasure. We are all honored actually to have you and your mom share your journey with all your heart and soul. So you didn't just agree to do this, but you shared your heart out. And it takes a courage
Thank
to
you, Khushbu and
share something
Nehanti,
like
for
this.
this webinar.
So
Thank you so much, Beta. Your exams are going on. Still, you're making time for to come out to share your journey. And thank you so much. Your exams are
Thank
going
you,
on.
Aunty.
Yeah,
and
and one sentence that I think Jyoti ma'am that she said na, transformation is inevitable. So this
inevitable.
transformation, yes. So I think the kids are there in our life only to transform us and make us into a better human being. More than a parent, I would say a better human being, a better person, and enriched with a lot of experiences. So that's the main reason that these precious stones have come only to us.
Right. And
Absolutely,
I would just like to add here, Jyoti ji, since you and Prachi are probably meeting for the first time today. Uh,
Yes.
ऐसे तो हम में से कोई भी नहीं मिला है और मैंने भी आपसे 2 दिन पहले ही बस फोन पे we just had that brief call. But I would just like to mention, even Prachi has shared her journey with us, and we have a video on YouTube. And as she likes to call it, she calls it only my journey of transformation. So that
Wow.
phrase itself touched me when Prachi came up with this. Ki Khushbu, if you want to put it in the flyer, just put it as my journey of transformation. Rest, I will speak my heart out with the parents, and they'll get my message. My message would be conveyed rightly. So
Lovely. I'd love to watch Prachi. I'll make sure I watch the video.
yeah.
We
So
all learn from each other, and there's so much to do. You're absolutely right. It's a journey and it's a transformation.
and I like to call it a journey of togetherness, like you said, no? It's nothing that we can do alone. It's us who is there for each other, guiding each other, learning from each other. So I don't know, I'm
Very true.
kind of running out of words and feeling very speechless. समझ ही नहीं आ रहा मैं क्या बोलूं. Don't feel like ending this session, but at some point of time we have to.
Yeah, one thing is all these experiences are so enriching, especially kids like Vian or Rudra who are very young. So all these things are going to be very important and I would say instrumental in their upbringing. I would say when they grow up, maybe 10 years down the line, the world is going to be a very different place if we have children like Navneet and Pooja, and because they would have set a mark, they would be like the next role models for the other children. So the world is going to be so much accepting, so much accommodative, so much compassionate for our kids maybe. But I mean we have to keep on this advocacy going so that by another 10 years down the line our kids would be there and the society will embrace them wholeheartedly. I think, I just hope.
Well said. Well said, Prachi. Fingers crossed, and we should all work towards the same.
Yes, beautiful, beautifully put up in the words, Prachi. So thank you so much, Jyoti ji, Pooja, and Neha and Prachi, because without you all, this wouldn't have gotten so interactive. And my special thanks to Navneet, because if it was not Navneet and his sessions and his Q&A, and I would like to mention one more parent's name here, who is the guiding force behind Navneet coming up and sharing his answers to all the parents' questions. So that's Vigya. She's in US, and unfortunately, we could not coordinate with the timings and everything being in different time zones. But it was Vigya who came up with this idea that Kushbu, I have been in connection, in contact with Navneet, and we keep chatting, and he shares a lot with me. How about making his messages reach out to the parents at large? And I said, why not? I mean, nothing like it if a person who himself is on the spectrum and is experiencing and expressing so much with his writings, why not make it reach it to the parents? And then we came up with the forms and questions, and now his answers. We're doing that series. How it reached to you, how you know, how it touched Pooja, how you decided to finally share your journey as well, you know. So special thanks to Navneet Baba, aap hain wahan piche?
नहीं है. I think he may be doing some research on seizures, you know. Root. He want to go till root. I mean, I'm going to ask him this
So
question.
just convey
He was
हम
having fun.
सबका heartfelt gratitude to him for being what he is and for doing whatever he's doing. And also a special thanks to Pooja for being what you are and taking us where you are taking us. All our children, in fact, all our children. So I really don't know how to end this session. मुझे समझ ही नहीं आ रहा, मुझसे हो ही नहीं रहा है आज.
Yeah, I guess it was a beautiful conversation. Let's look forward to many more mothers and many more of our children coming out and sharing and forming a community, which is what's important. They should be there for each
Right.
other. They should be there for more children who are different and build that inclusive society that we all want.
Right, Pooja ji. And we already have taken that little initiative. We have a group on Telegram. So I don't know if you and Pooja are there on Telegram and using that application. But if any parent who's listening to this video and is comfortable on Telegram, you are more than welcome to join us there. We are all like a knitted family on that group, sharing every day a lot with each other. Navneet is also there with us, and he keeps talking to parents, sharing his ideas and inputs on and off on certain things. Yeah. So you'll just have to install Telegram, and then we are all connected on a daily basis. Yeah. So on that note, thank you so much, everyone, guys. Thank you to all the parents who have seen this entire journey, heard this entire journey. And we will be more than happy to do another session on this. If you have any specific questions for Pooja or Jyoti ji, you can just drop in your questions either in the comments here, or I'll put the Telegram group's link. You can join us there, send us your questions. You can email your questions to us, and we will be more than happy to do another session, probably live next time. So let's see how it goes. On that note, a very happy Holi to everyone, which is tomorrow. Since we are recording it on the full moon day, tomorrow is Holi, and let's all celebrate this beautiful festival of colors by making our lives more colorful rather than just physically celebrating it with colors. So let's add more colors to our children's life. Like Pooja Jyoti ji has already shared how they made their life from that black and white to the colorful one. So let's also try doing that. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Happy Holi. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, Pooja ji.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Neha.
Happy Holi, Pooja.
Happy Holi.
Same to you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.